I haven't said this in a while, and I probably should because I've gotten so many new subscribers over the last 2 or 3 months. Um, if you look at my channel, either go to my YouTube channel and then hit there's playlists, or if you look at any of my videos, like today's videos, for example, any of the ones I do today, or tomorrow, any of the ones I do tomorrow, there's a link at the very, very, very top of the description box that says today's playlist. So essentially, you can click that playlist because a lot of people like to listen to me on their way to work or while they're getting ready for work. They don't want to have to go back and find my next video and hit play. All you have to do is click that playlist link for the day that I've put in there, and it will place 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever videos I got. You don't have to touch it again. It'll just play. Just a little tip for you in case you didn't know that. So Zero Hedge has an article, $250 billion in U.S. savings was just wiped away. Guess what song I'm going to sing? Ooh, double revision. You got it. Isn't it amazing what happens when things are just revised away or revised in, to tell the truth? As part of its historical revision, double revision, to GDP, remember that? GDP, last 10 years, as Obama was leaving office, they said, oh, little revision. Not only this year GDP sucked, but the last 9 years, 10 years total, sucked badly. And here's the real number every year. And it was awful. And I covered it because I couldn't believe what I was seeing, of course. Having said that, as part of its historical revision to GDP, the BEA also had to adjust personal income and spending, with the full results released into today's July report. What it reveals was striking. Over the revised period, disposable personal income for U.S. households was slashed cumulatively by over $120 billion to just under $14.4 trillion, while spending was revised higher by $105 billion to just above $13.8 trillion. There were two immediate consequences of this result. First, as the following table shows, while government pay has remained roughly flat over the past 3 years, growing in the mid 2 to mid 3% range, wages and salaries for private workers have been steadily declining. In case you want to see this little chart as I speak, as the chart below shows, after hitting a 4% year-over-year growth in February, wage growth has slumped to just 2.5% in June, the lowest since January 2014, when excluding the one-time sharp swoon observed at the end of 2016. But a more troubling aspect of today's revision is what the drop in income and burst in spending means for the average household's bank account. Following the latest annual revision, once again, what until last month was a 5.5% savings rate was revised sharply lower as a result of the ongoing downward historical adjustment to personal income and upward adjustment to spending, which has now put it to only 3.8% from 5.5%. Oops, oopsie. And while you're talking a few percent one way or the other, doesn't sound like a lot. Well, 3.8 to 5.5, but the difference in 3.8 to 5.5 on a percentage basis is actually quite large. In dollar terms, this revision means that $250 billion, or $226.3 billion, in savings was just basically wiped away, revision style. Double revision from U.S. households, if only in some computer deep in the bowels of the BEA buildings, who as a result have that much less purchasing power. And following the revision, the total personal savings in the U.S. as calculated by the BEA is now down to only $546 billion, down from $791 billion before the revision, right? So again, on a percentage basis, $546 billion is the new number from $791 billion. That is a giant percentage basis, on the percentage basis, that's a giant decrease. This means that either households will have to incur this much more incremental debt to continue on the previous spending trend line, or $250 billion in potential growth from the future economy, recall 70% of U.S. GDP is the result of consumer spending, has just been chopped off. Correct. I'm Jason Nip4, and sadly, I approve that message. On to the next one. Take care.